Lama sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput carilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Lama sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput darilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, si kapal dagang, bawa manggis, bawa durian. Tidak disangka, tidak terbayang, nona manis mata duitan. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Ini lagu selayang pandang. Inilah lagu selayang pandang. Lama sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput carilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang panjang. Lama sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput darilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, si kapal dagang, bawa manggis, bawa durian. Tidak disangka, tidak terbayang, nona manis mata duitan. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Ini lagu selayang pandang. Inilah lagu selayang pandang.
Tes. Greetings, dear participants. Welcome back to the International Summer Course of Pharmacy 2022. How was your weekend? I believe it must have been great, especially to our students who participated in our field trip to Mount Sibol Boali. It was a very exciting trip and I deeply regret not being able to go. But do not worry, you have your chance to visit Medan and its area anytime because Medan is an open border city. Before we start today's course, I would like to ask a simple question to our dear participants. Do you remember about the assignment that I told you last Friday? I believe you do. And have you done your assignment? Yes, of course, I believe you also did. So today, our agenda will mostly be presenting your assignment towards the class. Do not worry, everybody will have a chance to present. But before we go to our assignment, the Committee of International Summer Course of Pharmacy 2022 have prepared a special performance to lift up your spirits for the day. This special performance will be a live band of our proud students of Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara. So, without further ado, let us enjoy our special performance.
biring mangisku, biring-biring sakal tak guna. Biring-biring tambah cilena, biring menggoda, cirem tambah genana, oh biring manisku. Biring-biring tambah cilena, biring menggoda, cirem tambah genana, oh biring manisku. Sik-sik si batu manikam di perjoget, suara manigotam dinamai nangis membangka jela-jela, si membangka jela-jela. Sik-sik si batu manikam di perjoget, suara manigotam dinamai nangis membangka jela-jela, si membangka jela-jela. Habang birik-birik, habang birik-birik, satabi di loloano. Dipatakas, dipatilik-tilik, dipatakas, dipatilik-tilik, mohina urapano. Habang birik-birik, habang birik-birik, satabi di loloano. Dipatakas, dipatilik-tilik, dipatakas, dipatilik-tilik, mohina urapano. Sik-sik si batu manikam di perjoget, suara manigotam dinamai nas membangka jela-jela, membangka jela-jela. Sik-sik si batu manikam di perjoget, suara manigotam dinamai nas membangka jela-jela, membangka jela-jela. Sik-sik si batu manikam di perjoget, suara manigotam dinamai nas membangka jela-jela, membangka jela-jela, si membangka jela-jela, si membangka jela-jela. Hari terbenam, temani dalam kesendirianku, temani aku dalam kepedihan, diriku bertahan. Hari terbenam, beri semangat baru untuk jiwaku, beri kicauan merdu untuk hidupku. Ini ku bertahan, aku pasti bisa menikmati semua dan menghadapinya. Aku yakin pasti bisa, aku pasti bisa menikmati semua dan menghadapinya. Aku yakin pasti bisa. Terbenam, beri semangat baru untuk jiwaku, beri kicauan baru untuk hidupku. Ini ku bertahan, aku pasti bisa menikmati semua dan menghadapinya. Aku yakin pasti bisa, aku pasti bisa
thank you for the very amazing performance from our students of Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara. I believe the first song comes from ethnicity native to Sumatra Utara, which is the Batak Karo. And the second song is actually an Indonesian song written by one of our songwriters. So dear participants, if you're interested in learning the title of the song, please do not hesitate to ask our committee. Now, we are going to continue to our next agenda of the day, which is the presentation of your assignment. Before we start our presentation, I would like to explain a few things about how we are going to conduct our presentation for today. First of all, dear students will be divided into several breakout rooms where you will meet a facilitator in each room which will facilitate your presentation. After that, you're going to be given a turn, either chosen randomly or you can volunteer to be the first or the second or so on to present your assignment. You're going to share your PowerPoint by yourself. The operator is not going to help because you number 100, right? So you're going to present your presentation for yourself and then explain your material for less than 10 minutes. Remember, each person have less than 10 minutes to present your material. After the presentation, there will be a question and answer session where peer participants, peer students may ask each other about the material that you have presented. And you're obliged to answer any questions that peer participants ask. Then, I believe all of us have understood how we are going to conduct this presentation. I remind you one more time, you may volunteer to go first to present your material in turn, or the facilitator will choose you randomly depending on their feelings. All right? So without further ado, the operator are going to divide you into several breakout rooms, so please join the breakout room if you see the invitation. I bid you good luck and do your best for your assignment presentation. Alright, so this is the main room for offline students. We are going to conduct our presentation session. I'll be your facilitator for your assignment presentation. And let me remind you again, you'll be helped by our operator to share our screen. So you just need to present by looking at the PowerPoint presentation on the screen right there. Right, and each presenter have less than 10 minutes to present your material from the assignment, and peer students, peer participants are allowed to ask any questions to your friends if you wanted to after the presentation session. Right, I'll be giving you several minutes later for the Q&A session. So are there any questions regarding how we are going to conduct our presentation session for today? If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, I believe we are clear. So we have around 12 students, if I'm not wrong, but I see only 10 people. So I'd like to ask who wants to volunteer first for our first presenter. If nobody wants to volunteer, I'm going to just point a random person. Right, I'm going to wait for 10 seconds. If nobody wants to volunteer to be the first, I'm going to point a random participants. All right, then seems like no one wants to volunteer. So I'm going to ask Windy Febrianti Hasan. All right, so Windy Febrianti Hasan, you're going to be our first presenter. Please prepare your PowerPoint slides and send it to our operator. Then after Windy Febrianti Hasan, we are going to have Aulia Asifa as our second presenter. So Aulia Asifa, please prepare. You're going to present right after Windy Febrianti Hasan. Windy Febrianti. Aku ngecek aja. Ke Kak Mega. Iya, di grup peserta juga nggak apa-apa. So for the other participants to prepare for your presentation, I would like to ask you to send your PowerPoint slide to our operator, Kak Mega Silviana. Alright, so I believe your slide is already on the screen, so you may start your presentation. Remember, you have less than 10 minutes, so if you're going to pass the time limit, I'm going to have to stop you. You may start right now.
Good morning, everybody. Let me introduction. I want to present about daun kumis kucing, Orthosipon aristatus.
Bilang next saja. Bilang next saja. Bilang next saja.
Next. Description: Orthosipon aristatus, also known as cat wickers, belongs to the Lamiaceae or Labiaceae family. This plant is one to the medicinal plants native to Indonesia, which has many benefits and uses in the talking forest. The disease cat wickers usually grow along creeks or ditches, which are usually planted in the yard of the house to be used as family medicine. Next. How to consume cat wickers leaf medicine is quite easy. The first step: prepare 5 leaves of cat wickers and boil them with 3 cups of water. After that, wait until cool and ready to drink. The recommended dose is to drink 3 minutes a day, as much as half a glass each drink. Next. Pharmacological activity of the plants. Cat wicker can be widely used to treat of the effect of the diabetes, hypertension, tonsillitis, epilepsy, menstrual disorders, gonorrhea, kidney disorders, gallstones, and fever. Next. Okay. Thanks all from me. Thank you for your attention.
Alright, so let us give a clap to Windy Febrianti Hatang for a beautiful presentation. Orthosipon aristatus, or known as cat's whisker. This is indeed actually one of the native plants of Indonesia, yeah, and it's actually very famous for the effect that you said just now. So from peer students, if you have any question you'd like to ask Windy Febrianti Hasan, I'm going to wait for 10 seconds and you may just speak directly if you have any questions. Aulia Asifa. Alright, since there are no questions for Windy Febrianti Hasan, I will conclude your presentation session. Thank you once again for giving us a beautiful presentation. So we are going to our second presenter, Aulia Asifa. Please prepare your presentation. And before Aulia started, I'd like to announce the third person. The third person to present will be Michelle Calista. Right, so Michelle Calista, I want you to let our operator know that you're going to present next. Then to Aulia Asifa, you may start your presentation now. You have 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. Before I presentation my assignment, let me introduce myself first. My name is Aulia Shifa. I am from University of Sumatera Utara. So today I would like to presentation about Mimosa pudica that has been we observed at tropical forest about 3 days ago. So what is Mimosa pudica? Mimosa pudica is one example of a wild plant that is often treated because it can harm cultivated plants, so that generally people tend to prune it by ignoring its benefits. Mimosa pudica is native to the tropical Americas. It can also be found in Asian countries such as Indonesia, Singapore, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Japan, and Sri Lanka. It has been introduced to many other regions and is regarded as invasive species in Tanzania, South and Southeast Asia, and many Pacific islands. Okay, next. 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 So, how to consume Mimosa pudica as a medicine herbal? The first step, we can boil 15 leaves of the Mimosa pudica or 50 stalks of the leaves of the Mimosa pudica with 3 cups of water until only 1 cup remains. Then strain and drink until it runs out, which benefits will be felt 30 minutes before drinking this leaf boiled water. And in Philippines, Mimosa pudica root is used as diuretic by boiling and drinking it to expedite urination. In Minangkabau, have used the Mimosa pudica plant herb for external use by means of fresh plants being grown until smooth and then affixed to diseased parts of the body, such as wounds, bruises, purulent skin inflammation, or pyoderma. Next, pharmacological activity. Empirically, Mimosa pudica plant used as medicine for insomnia, bronchitis, high fever, herpes, rheumatism, intestinal worms. Content from Mimosa pudica plant are alkaloids, tannins, flavonoids, terpenoids, coumarins, glycosides, and saponins. Compounds contained in Mimosa pudica, which has activity as an antibacterial and fungi, are an alkaloid and tannin. The phytochemicals in the 70-100 ethanol extract of putri malu or Mimosa pudica are steroids, carbohydrates, saponin, and tannins. Mimosa pudica leaf extract has antimicrobial effect against the 5 types of bacteria tested. The first is Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Enterobacter colace, Staphylococcus aureus, Proteus stuarti, and Escherichia coli. Anti-ulcer activity is also found in Mimosa pudica because of its modulation through a defensive mechanism and inhibition of gastric acid secretion. The ethanol extract of Mimosa pudica also has antioxidant effect. Flavonoids, glycosides, and alkaloids obtained from the methanol extract for the Mimosa pudica plant are hepatoprotective, also have the effect of lowering blood lipids and increasing HDL. Okay, maybe that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you, Aulia Asifa, for your beautiful presentation. Again, let us give a clap to Aulia Asifa for having presented her work. So, Mimosa pudica, or known as Putri Malu, as in Indonesia, yeah, a native plant which has spread to other countries. So, if peer participants or peer students want to ask Aulia Asifa any question, I'll allow it. I'll wait for 10 seconds. All right, if there were no questions from peer participants, I'd like to thank Aulia Asifa once again for having presented your assignment. Then we are going to our third presenter, Ms. Calista. Please prepare for your presentation. And before Ms. started, I'd like to announce the fourth person who will present. Jessica Angel Boru Butar Butar, please let the operator know that you're going to present for the next session.
Bangun-bangun, Kak. Ini kan.
Okay, good morning to all participants. My name is Michelle. Before I start this presentation, I would like to say thank you for this opportunity. In this presentation, I'd like to discuss about bangun-bangun or Coleus ambonicus. Next, please. Bangun-bangun, known in North Sumatra as torbangun, is a herb plant which often used for nursing mothers. Bangun-bangun extract is used for asthma, chronic cough, scalds, and insect stings. Compounds in bangun-bangun have many potential biology activity, such as antioxidant, antibacterial, antifungal, diuretic, analgesic, anti-tumor, prevent cancer, anti-vertigo, immunostimulant, hypotensive, anti-fertility, anti-inflammatory, and etc. Bangun-bangun also grew wild in the lowlands until 1,100 meter high. It is a soft bone plant that have segments circular with 15 millimeters diameters and easily reproduced. This plant can be found in almost every region in Indonesia with various names. In Jawa Tengah, they called it as cumin leaves. Sundanese called it as ajaran leaves. In Madura, they call it as kambing leaves, and in Bali, it is known as iwak leaves. The chemical composition of bangun-bangun is scientifically unknown. Santosa and Hertiani have said that bangun-bangun leaves contains vitamin C, vitamin B1, vitamin B12, beta-carotene, niacin, carotene, calcium, fat acids, oxalic acids, and fibers. Meanwhile, Arjunan have mentioned that the main chemical compounds in bangun-bangun leaves are carotene, thymol, humulin, andicanal, terpian, semen, caryophyllene, oxide, terpinol, and selenin. Bangun-bangun leaves also contain various secondary metabolites such as tannins, alkaloids, and flavonoids, which can healing wounds. Bangun-bangun leaves also contains essential oil about 0.043% on the fresh leaves or 0.2% on the dried leaves. The essential oil can be useful as antiseptic, also have a high activity against worm infections. The benefit of bangun-bangun leaves needs to be more dug up and developed as one of the source of herbs plant in Indonesia. Bangun-bangun leaves is one of the Indonesia ethnobotanical that used traditionally by Indonesian people, especially in North Sumatra. People usually consume these herbs as a tea. They will boil some of the bangun-bangun leaves and they took the water that used for boiling and separated the water from the leaves and they drank the water. Bangun-bangun leaves is also often consumed in soups. 4 hours after consuming torbangun leaves will increase the volume of ASI about 47.4%. Moms that have consumed bangun-bangun leaves said that they feel fresh and not tired. The pharmacology activity of bangun-bangun leaf is the first one. Alkaloid, tannin, and saponin compounds work as antimicrobial and antioxidant compounds, such as flavonoids, is used for healing wounds, so that bangun-bangun often used for treatment for skin disorders, especially scars. Flavonoid and tannin can disturb the functions of cytoplasm membrane. Phenol compounds at a low concentration can disrupt the cytoplasm membrane that cause a critical metabolic metabolism that inactive the system of fungi enzymes. Meanwhile, in high concentration, can destroy the cytoplasm membrane and bend the protein cell. Steroid compounds detain the growth of fungi by detain mechanism against the synthesis of protein because of the accumulation and cause a transformation of the compounds that build the cell of the fungi itself. I think that's all of the presentation that I could tell you about bangun-bangun leaves. If there's any questions, you can ask me. Thank you.
All right, let us give another clap for Miss Alkalista for an amazing presentation about bangun-bangun leaves. This is one of the leaves that I've never heard of actually. This is new to me. So if peer participants or peer students have any question, you may ask away. All right. If peer students and peer, all right, you may go ahead, ask your question.
My name is Madeline Hannah. I would like to ask Michelle, what compound that can give the immune stimulate effect in bangun-bangun leaves? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Madeline. I will answer the compounds in bangun-bangun leaves that have the immunostimulant effect is the vitamin C. So the compounds in the bangun-bangun leaves that have vitamin C will give the immunostimulant effect. Thank you.
All right. So does the answer satisfy your questions, Madeline?
Yes, moderator. Thank you.
All right. Very good. So do the other participants have any questions to Ms. Alkalista? Okay, so if there are no other questions, then I'd like to thank you, Ms. Alkalista, for giving us a beautiful presentation. Then we'll go on to our fourth presenter, Jessica Angel. Please prepare your presentation, and I would like to announce the fifth person to present their assignment. The fifth person will be Zarina Kairunisa. Please let the operator know that you're going to present next after this. To Jessica, what will your title of assignment be?
My presentation will be about Acorus calamus plant.
Acorus calamus, okay. All right, you may start your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Angel, and today I will be presenting you about a traditional medicine plants called Acorus calamus. Next slide, please. So Acorus calamus, or in Indonesia, usually we call it as jeringau, is a plant with stiff, thick, long rhizomes, can be reached 10 or rarely up to 20 centimeters, while the width is generally 1 to 1.5 centimeter, rarely slimmer or wider by up to 3 centimeter. Roots arise from rhizome or on bottom surface. The leaves are usually several, arranged alternately and shaped like a sword, with a clear center leaf bone mother, strands green, measuring 60 to 150 times 0.7 to 2.5 centimeter, with the most common width 1 to 1.5 centimeter. At the base, greenish or red. Hermaphrodite flowers arranged on the cob, which emerge from a leaf-like stalk and is supported by a continuation of the stranded shaped stalk, and the flowers are yellowish green. The fruit is 1.5 to 2 centimeter in diameter with a straw brown color when ripe. Next slide. So I'm going to explain you about the traditional use. Traditionally, this type by the people of Central Sumatra used as an herb to treat stroke. Rhizomes are used to treat stomach pain by drinking it from the form of steeping tea. This adds the importance of this type of plant value is the world of medicine. Various reports regarding the use of this type of treatment have been numerous previously reported. Rhizome is an important part of these plants, known to be efficacious in treating bronchitis, diarrhea, liver disorders, stomach, kidney disorders, stomach pain, and other digestive pain. Besides utilization in the medical world, this type of rhizome is also known to be a source of perfume. Wine and tobacco scents and uses for insecticides have also been reported. Next slide. So here are one of many research that have been held about Acarus calamus. One of them is titled Antioxidant and Antibacterial Activity of Acarus calamus leaf and rhizome extract. Next slide. So this research led into a conclusion that both of the hydrophilic and hydrophobic extract of Acarus calamus could be potent antioxidant agents for nutraceutical application and antibacterial agent for food application. And lastly, the flavonoids and phenols extract from sweet flag could be good potent source of antioxidant for nutraceuticals or food additives, as those compounds are correlated to the antioxidant activity. Next. So lastly, about the pharmacological activity. Oil obtained from rhizome extract has various abilities such as lowering blood pressures, anti-amoeba, antifungal, blend obtained by adding cottonseed, antiviral and antitumor of rhizomes, tannins, mucins, and resins. Other effects such as increased neuroleptics, antihistamines, suppressors of central nervous activity, carcinogenic compound, temperature reducing, analgesic, anti-inflammatory, bronchial dilation, hepatotoxin, respiratory inhibitors, and antifibrillators. So that's all about my presentation about Acarus calamus. If you have any question, please ask me directly. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Jessica for another amazing presentation. Let's give a clap to Jessica first. Then to peer students, peer participants, if you have any question you'd like to ask to Jessica, you may go ahead. Okay, I see no one raised their hand, so if there were no questions, then thank you once again to Jessica for your assignment. It was greatly done. Then for our next presenter, Zarina, I want you to prepare. And I would like to announce the next presenter after Zarina will be Natasha Febli Fadila. So for Natasha, please let our operator know that you're going to present after Zarina.
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm Zarina Hairunisa for today's presentation. I have prepared a topic about the medicinal plant that I chose one of the famous in my area, that is Riccinus communis. Riccinus communis, or daun jara we say, is commonly known as a castor oil plant. is a softwood and small tree developed throughout tropics and warm temperature regions. Ricinus communis L can be found easily and is widely used as a traditional medicine for many benefits. Next. For the classification, these are the classification of Ricinus communis from kingdom Plantae, subkingdom Viridoplantae, superdivision Embryophyta, division Trichophyta, subdivision Spermatophyta, class Magnolepsida, superorder Rossini and order Malpighiales, family Euphorbiaceae, genus Ricinus L, and species Ricinus communis L. How to use or how to consume this plant. First, castor leaf stew. We boil the castor leaves, then drink the water. It is believed to be able to launch breast milk, menstruation, relieve head, prevent liver damage, to cure stomach pain, and then there is pounded. Fresh castor leaves are ground and made into a paste. When it becomes poulticed, castor leaves can treat boils, so then they deflate quickly by attaching it to the boil and applying it to the wound so the wound dries quickly. And then castor leaves too. Fresh castor leaves can also be made into juice. The efficacy of castor leaves made into juice is an antidote to toxins in our bodies, lowering bilirubin levels in adults who suffer from jaundice, or we say it sakit kuning. Next, pharmacological activities. The reported chemical constituents showed the presence of flavonoids, phenolic compounds, fatty acids, amino acids, terpenoids, phytosterol estera. The compounds have been reported to exhibit anti-conceptive, anti-diabetic, anti-fertility, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant, hepatoprotective, insecticidal, and wound healing activities. Benefits and uses. Ricinus communis have been widely used in traditional medicine, such as abdominal disorders, arthritis, backage, muscle aches, bilharziasis, chronic backage and sciatica, chronic headache, constipation, expulsion of placenta, gallbladder pain, period pain, menstrual cramps, rheumatism, sleeplessness, and insomnia. This is the source of reference that I use for this presentation, and the last, thank you so much for your attention.
All right, so let us give another round of clap to Zarina Khairunisa for presenting beautiful information about Ricinus communis. Ricinus communis is also something that I've learned before, so I know a fair share about it. Then for peer participants, if you have any question, you may raise your hand. Yes, you may.
I want to ask to Zarina how to use Ricinus communis from babies. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. For the babies, we can burn it to the fire, but before that, we put the leaves for oil, then burn it, then we put into the stomach for the babies. Just all.
All right, so does that answer your question, Natasha? Yeah, oh. Sela, okay, sorry. Does that answer your question, Sela? Yes, okay. So thank you for your question, Sela, and I believe the Ricinus communis for babies is more about the oil, yeah? not the leaves itself. So are there any questions for other participants? Yes, you may, Aulia.
Okay, I want to ask to Zarina that you say before Ricinus communis can reduce fever. What is the compound or Ricinus communis that make The compound.
Okay, I see. I got it. For reducing the fever, we can find quercetin in the flavonoids of Ricinus communis. That's all.
Okay, so does that answer your question, Olia? Yes, very good. Then thank you for the questions, Olia. Are there any other participants who would like to ask to Zarina about Ricinus communis? Yes, you may.
Hello Zarina, I want to ask you, is it possible to make an extract of Ricinus communis? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Is it possible to make it as extra? Yes, it is possible because the fruit of Ricinus communis has its own oil, so we can we can extract the oil from the fruit. Yes.
Okay, so does that answer your question? Yes. Okay. Thank you again for the questions. We have 3 questions to Zarina, which is an amazing amount considering that nobody asked anything barely here before. So, are there any other participants who would like to ask to Zarina about Ricinus communis? All right, so I'll take that as no. So thank you once again for Zarina as our 5th presenter and has been answering very good questions with very good answers. So we are going to go to our 6th presenter, Natasha. Please prepare your presentation. And I'd like to announce our next presenter after Natasha will be Fadila Arafa. So please prepare your presentation.
Hello.
Right, so Natasha, what will your title of the assignment be?
Daun kelor.
Daun?
Daun kelor.
Daun kelor. Okay. Wait a minute, please. Our operator is having some difficulties. All right, then, Natasha, you may start your presentation.
Hello everyone, before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Natasha from USU. I will present daun kelor, Moringa oleifera. Moringa plant has a height of 7 until 11 meters. Woody trunk, lignosus, erect, dirty, white, thin skin, row surface, sympodial branching. The direction of the branch is upright or oblique. Tends to grow straight and elongated. Moringa leaves have characteristic in the form of compound, long stem, arranged alternately, give birth to odd leaves, imparipinnatus. The leaves when young are light green. The fruit is triangular in shape, 20 until 60 centimeters long. Young fruit is green. When old becomes brown. The shape of the seeds is round blackish brown. Bears fruit after 12 until 18 months. Taproot white and large like a turnip. How to consume? First, boiling. The most traditional way of processing moringa leaves is to drink the stew of moringa sauce or eat it like vegetables on pecel or lalap. However, you should not boil the moringa leaves for too long so that the antioxidant content in it is not wasted. Second, make it is ST, how to process moringa leaves, which is quiet, very, is to make it a brew, tea, or a bag. Choose moringa leaves that still have the stems so that they can be easily hung by rope in a closed, ventilated room. This withering process takes 3 days. When dry, crush the leaves so they can be put in tea bags and used as tea bags. However, you can also directly brew with hot water. Pharmacological activity of the plant. While the pharmacological activities found in moringa plants are antioxidant, antihyperuremic, analgesic, anti-cancer, anti-hyperglycemic, anti-inflammatory, anti-hyperlipidemic, and antimicrobial activities. Thank you.
All right, so thank you for your amazing presentation, Natasha Febi Fadila. Let's give a round of applause to Natasha. Then daun kelor is actually famous here in Indonesia for several reasons. So dear participants, if you have any questions you'd like to ask to Natasha about daun kelor, you may go ahead. Alright, so if there were no questions, I'd like to thank you once again, Natasha Febi Fadila, for your amazing information about daun kelor or moringa, known as moringa. Alright then, so we are going to go to our next presenter, Fadila. Please prepare for your presentation. And after Fadila, Madeline Hannah will be our next presenter. So please let our operator know. Then Fadila, what will your title be?
Thank you for the question, facilitator. I would like to present about 11 plants that I found in herbal medicines in Sibuabuali tropical forest, so that I will explain about 11 plants.
Alright then, so you may start, Fadila. Now I'd like to remind you that you have 10 minutes to present, and I'm going to stop you after you hit the 10-minute mark. Right. You may go on.
Thank you so much for the facilitator Kosantana. So, first of all, let us say thanks to the Almighty God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us health and change so that we are able to join here in a good situation. Peace and salutation be upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik alaihi, who has brought us from the darkness to the brightness in our life. So, before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Fadila Arafa. I'm from Bachelor of Pharmacy, Faculty of Pharmacy, Sumatera Utara University. Today I would like to present you about 11 plants that I found in tropical forest Sibuabuali. First is, for the first I found plants, namely Sanggar or Temeda gigantea from Graminaceae family, and it called in another name Pimping. It used for the religious ceremony, but actually it has several pharmacological activity, and it can be herbal medicine to cure cataract. So next, for the second plants, I found sihir. Check. For the second plants, I found sihir put or putri malu, Mimosa pudicaline, that has so many pharmacological activities, like our friends explained before about Mimosa pudical, leaflet movement or sensitive plant. It comes from Mimosaceae family, and it has so many pharmacological activities, like anti-diabetic, anti-toxic, anti-hepatotoxin, antioxidants, and wound healing activities, and also can cure the insomnia. For the third I found Centella asiatica, or we know pegagan. It has several pharmacological activities, and it can be herbal medicine. It can improve the intelligent quotient or IQ and cure acne-prone skin, so that we can found it pegagan in many skincare products. Next. The next plant that I found is senduduk or senggani, or in Latin name Melastoma malabatricum. It can be herbal medicine to cure swollen and asthma mouthwash. I have so many research about these plants before. Next. Next plant that I found is antingan or anting-anting, or in namely in Latin name called Acalipa indicalin. It can be herbal medicine to cure toothache. Next. The next is pirdot or Sauralia bracteosa, or pirdot. We found it as herbal medicine to cure diabetes type 2. Next. The next is jabi-jabi or Ficus retusa. It can be herbal medicine to cure dysentery. Next. The next plant is benalu or Scrula or tiana. It can be herbal medicine as tea to maintain body stamina. Next. The next is karimuntiang or karimunting or Rhodomyrtus tementosa. It can be herbal medicine. It can be herbal medicine to increase fertility, especially in the radix. But actually, for the fruits, it can be just like something that we can eat, and it tastes so sweet. Next. The next is pakis or Diplasium esculentum. It can be herbal medicines to cure depression or antidepressant. Next. The last is salagundi or Vitex trifolialin. It can be herbal medicine to cure coronary heart disease. So this is the last of my presentation. We can conclude that Indonesia as we can conclude that Indonesia as mega biodiversity country has so many plants, especially traditional plants, that can have so many pharmacological activities and cure so many diseases for each plant. So especially in Sumatra, Sibual-Buali. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.
All right, let us give another round of applause to Fadila Rafa for another amazing presentation. 11 plants starting from Pimpin, the most common one, Mimosa putiga, until some plants that we've never heard of before, like Rhodomyrtus tomentosa and Vitea trifolia. Very amazing research here from the result of your field trip. So I'll give the chance to participants, other students who would like to ask any question about the 11 plants that Fadila have just explained. If you have any question, you may raise your hand. Alright, so if there were no questions, then we will conclude the session of the presentation from Fadila Arafa to this. Then I would like to thank Fadila Arafa once again for the amazing presentation of 11 plants that she found in Simbol Bali trip. Then we have our next presenter, Madeline Hana. And I would like to announce that after Madeline Hana, Sela will be presenting next. So Madeline Hana, you may start your presentation.
Good morning to all the participants. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Madeline Siburian. I'm from Universitas Sumatera Utara, Medan, Indonesia. Today, I would like to presentate about Kananga odorata. Next slide. Kananga odorata, or in Indonesia we usually call it bunga kenanga or lang flower, is very famous in Indonesia, especially in North Sumatra. Lang flower is very famous because it contains many benefits. Kananga odorata is used as an essential oil to increase relaxation and reduce blood pressure. Besides that, it is used as decoration in important events. Back to second slide, please. Back one slide. In second slide. Taxonomy classification. Okay. So here we can see the taxonomic classification of Kananga odorata. Kingdom Plantae, division Magnolipita, class Magnolipsida, order Magnoliales, family Anonaceae, genus Kananga, and species Kananga odorata. Next slide. Ethno-medicinal uses. As we know, we already discussed about ethno-medicinal uses from the day one of our ISCP 2022. So in my presentation today, I would like to tell you about the ethno-medicinal uses of Kananga odorata. First, in Java, the dry flower of Kananga odorata are used to treat malaria and malaria-like symptoms. Similarly, it is also recognized as medicinal plants used against malaria traditional in Vietnam. And then in Indonesia, lang-lang or bunga kenanga has been reported to be used as antidepressant to treat depression and nervousness. It has been also reported to have blood pressure lowering effect, suggesting it is potential use in managing hypertension. In India, the leaves of Kananga odorata is believed to relieve itchiness by direct topical application and also to treat dandruff. Also use lang-lang oil or bunga kenanga extract oil to treat headache, eye inflammation, and gout. In Papua New Guinea, Kananga odorata is used by consuming the decoction of the hid inner bark of Kananga odorata is able to treat gout. Besides that, the bark of the plant is believed to be effective in treating stomach ailment. During the time period of the studies of the pharmacological activities of Kananga odorata plant have still very limited. So we can see in next slide. This is the pharmacological activities. There are antibacterial, antifungal, amibicidal, cytotoxic activities. Next slide. Lang flowers or bunga kenanga has many benefits, including as a medicine skin disease, asthma, mosquito repellent, antibacterial, and antioxidant. As we can see in here, I'm in my presentation, in my slide, there are 6 benefits and uses of the Kananga odorata. There are provide a relaxation effect and reduce anxiety, improve sleep quality, reduce blood pressure, prevent and treat fungal infection, treating asthma, malaria symptoms, and treating the sexual problems. And the last one, prevent headache and insect bites. Next slide. Okay, this is my last slide. So my presentation today is based on the reference. There are Burdock and Carabin 2008. The title is about safety assessment of lang-lang or kananga as a food ingredient from journal Food and Chemical Toxicology. Second one from Tan, Lee, Yin, and et al. 2015. The title is Traditional Uses, Phytochemistry, and Bioactivities of Kananga odorata from journal Hindawi Publishing Corporation. Okay, that's all. Thank you for the time and the attention.
Okay, so let us give another round of applause to Madeline Hana for another amazing presentation. It was a very complete, thorough explanation of Kananga odorata, which is a very popular plant in Indonesia. So, to dear participants and students, if you have any questions you'd like to ask Madeline about Kananga odorata, please go ahead. Yes, you may.
My name is Michelle, and I would like to ask Madeline what chemical compounds we could find in Kananga odorata. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question, Michelle. I would like to answer it. The chemical compound of lang flower or bunga kenanga, there are a few compound chemical in there. There are include saponins, flavonoids, as well as folate oil, or we usually know it's essential oil, and containing polyphenol. Maybe that's the answer.
Thank you for the answer, Madeline Hana. So is the answer clear enough for you, Michelle? Yes, okay, good. So are there any other questions from other participants? Okay, so if there are no other questions, then I'd like to thank Madeline Hana once again for an amazing presentation. Then we'll go to our next presenter, Sela Grace. Please prepare a presentation. And after Sela, we have our last presenter, Fania Yonita. So please tell the operator that you're going to go next. Then Sela, you may start your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce you. My name is Sela Grasangriana Sinaga from University of North Sumatra. I want to present about betel leaf. Next. Description: betel leaf. Betel leaf is one type of plants that are widely used for treatment. This plant is a family Fabaceae, growing vines and creeps with a height of 5 or 15 meters, depending on the growth and propagation. Apart from the betel plants, such as root, seeds, and leaves have the potential to treatment, but most often used is the leaf part. Betel leaf, or its scientific and name is fever betel, lean medical plants that have many benefits. Betel contains antiseptic substance, almost all of it. Betel leaf as fine whose leaves are green and the shape of the leaf is like a heart in the flag. The betel leaf plants just grow in the yard house. Next. Traditional use. How to consume betel leaf to support body healthy. The one, be beaten. Be beaten, a piece of betel leaf after lunch or dinner can be beneficial for the digestive tract. Number 2, fond to take the liquid. Fond the betel leaf until smooth and from a paste with a little quick. This paste will be applied to the bruise or cut and leave for a few minutes. Betel leaf can help relieve pain from traumatic injuries. And number 3 is embraced. Mash the betel leaf and put in the boiled water. Soak overnight in the morning. Strain and drink the water. Betel leaf sucking and water can be used to treat contagion as well as intentional inflammation. And number 4, boil. Boil the betel leaf until the leaf feel warm and etch into the joints that are inflamed and painful. Anti-inflammatory in betel can reduce joint pain. To clean the inflamed area, you can boil 10 pieces of betel leaf that have been washed clean. After boiled, cool and use the water to wash your feminine area. Next, pharmacological activity of the betel leaf. Betel leaf is used as an anti-cancer, anti-cold, anti-germ, antiseptic. The chemical content of the betel plants are saponin, flavonoid, polyphenol, and aster oil. Saponin compound can work as antimicrobial. This compound will damage cytoplasmic membrane and kill the cell. Betel leaf also has antifungal activity. The context that it efficacious and antifungal is flavonoid, saponin, and polyphenol. Betel leaf extract has been widely referred as an antifungal agent such as the fung identified albins. Next. Betel leaf side effect. Also, it has myriad of properties that are good for the body. Size use of the betel leaf will choose some side effects. Number 1, this fry is healthy. Boiling too much betel leaf will make the pH of the cooking water more acid. When the liquid is used to soak an eye, it can damage the epithelial layer of the cornea and conjunctive. Not only that, unstirred betel leaf contain microorganisms that can irritation the eyes. Number 2, miscarriage. Pregnant women should not consume betel leaf. Betel leaf can increase the risk of miscarriage and birth defects. And number 3, gum irritation and oral cancer. Chewing betel leaf for too long and irritation the gum and makes the jaw stiff. In addition, betel leaf can also increase the risk of oral cancer. Next. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause to Sarah Grace for another amazing presentation about betel leaf. Yeah, betel leaf is actually very famous in Indonesia as oral health medicine. Yeah, usually it's chewed, right? So for other participants who would like to ask questions about the betel leaf to Sarah, you may raise your hand. All right, so if there were no questions regarding betel leaf to Sarah Grace, then I'll conclude the presentation of Sarah to this session. Then thank you, Sarah, for another amazing presentation. We'll go to our last presenter, Fania Yonita. Please prepare your presentation. So Fania, what is your title going to be? Okay, melastoma malabatricum. All right, so Fania, you have 10 minutes to start your presentation. I'll stop you when the time is up. You may start now.
Hello everyone, my name is Fania Yuanita. I'm from University of North Sumatra. I will presentation about melastoma malabatricum, or in Indonesia we say sendudo or senggani. Next. And this the scientific classification about sendudo. Next. Senggani plant is one of the white plants found throughout Indonesia and has many properties. It has over 100 species distributed around Southeast Asia, India, north to Japan, south to Australia and Pacific Islands. Senggani is an erect as high as 0.5 meters until 4 meters with many branches and can grow it in places that get enough sunlight, such as on mountain slopes. The leaves are single stem located opposite each other and oval in shape with a point tip. The surface is short hair that is sparse and stiff, and the flowers come out at the end of the branch. Next. We can use Senggani in traditional medicine. Senggani leaves are ground, chopped into a paste, and then applied to the injured area. And the second, Senggani leaves and roots are processed into juice. It's known that it can be used as a traditional herb to improve digestion. Senggani shoots are processed into juice to relieve toothache. Next. One of research about Senggani in Bukit Tinggi, West Sumatra. Antioxidant activity of methanol extract or of Senggani leaves. Senggani leaves have a very powerful antioxidant activity. The antioxidant activity of each extract and was performed using DPPH method. Next. And the pharmacological activity of Senggani. Senggani leaves used as a traditional medicine for dyspepsia.
Sorry, operator, can we go to the slide before? We have not finished presenting yet.
Senggani leaves used as a traditional medicine for dyspepsia, dysentery, diarrhea, and hepatitis. And the ethanolic extract of Senggani leaves have antibacterial activity, and the last, the antioxidant activity of Senggani leaves were very strong for ethyl acetate and chloroform fraction. That's all from me.
Alright, so let's give another round of applause to Fania Yonita for the amazing presentation of Daun Senggani. Right, Daun Senggani, known as Melastoma malabastricum, rather rare plants, I think. I've never heard of this before. So if other participants have any questions you'd like to ask to Fania regarding Daun Senggani, then you may go ahead, raise your hand. Yes?
Okay, Kavania, I want to ask about from the research antioxidant activity while using the PPH method. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Zarina for the question. And why use the PPH method? Because this method is a common and simple method used to test antioxidant activity in vitro. Also, This method is a simple and can be done using a small amount of sample and relative short working.
All right. So does the answer is the answer clear enough for your questions, Yarina? Yes. Okay. Good. So yeah, the DPPH method is actually the most common for its reason. That is the most I would like to say most simple probably test of antioxidant activity. So are there any other questions regarding daun senggani to Fania? If you have, please raise your hand. Alright then, if there are no other questions, then I'd like to thank Fania once again for amazing presentation about daun senggani or Melastoma balabatricum. Then with the presentation of Fania, it means that all of the participants here have presented the assignment for the summer course. Then I'd like to remind you that the assignment is being scored and you'll have an awarding session tomorrow. So please be prepared, and I would like to just let you know that you have done your best. So thank you for doing your best in this presentation session. Then to close this presentation session, I'd like to say thank you for participating in this session and for presenting very well, answering good questions, giving good questions. Yeah. So since the other breakout room have not finished the presentation yet, we are going to wait for them before we go to our next agenda. That's it for our presentation session. I'd like to say thank you once again. Then I'll see you in the other session.